if you have a radar detector, you absolutely need to have it installed with a blend mount. It's lightweight, durable, made of CNC machined aluminum with a black anodized finish. They have a vehicle fit guide to make sure it's the perfect fit for your car. I also use the hardwire kit for a cleaner setup. No more suction cup marks on your windshield. There's also a patented spring clip designed for easier removal. Make sure you guys use my link in the description below for a discount on your order. Today we're going to take my 2016 Audi RS7 for a point of view drive. First do an exterior walk around. My car has the full exterior carbon packages. It's Nardo gray, blacked out rings up front. It's currently running some Brixton wheels in 20-inch size, downsized from the 21s for a little more tire sidewall. Exterior carbon fiber diffuser on the back. It has a sport exhaust, Nardo gray, RS7. Let's hop in. Car also has soft closed doors. We have the full Alcantara headliner package there. Bang & Olufsen sound system. You'll see the tweeters rise up when it starts up. It has a heated steering wheel, which means that it becomes round instead of flat bottom. Otherwise, the normal refresh C7.5 RS7s get a flat bottom steering wheel. MMI systems right there. We've got our variable drive modes. We're in dynamic now. We can go to comfort if we want. Changes the air suspension, carbon fiber interior trim, and the Audi stitched sport seats for the RS7. You can see a metal speaker grill down there for the Bang & Olufsen. Some more carbon fiber. Let's get going. We'll start with some brief in-town driving before hopping on the freeway. I'm in comfort mode right now. For my center digital screen, I usually leave it in lap timer mode because it allows me to see my temperatures, make sure the vehicle is warm before starting to drive it in any sort of aggressive way. You can also change it, have a digital speedometer there. And then, let's see, onboard computer. My long-term memory, I've been averaging 18 mpg over the past almost 10,000 miles. Let's get on the freeway here. If I change with the center MMI dial here into dynamic mode, everything sharpens up. The powertrain responses, the engine noise, the air suspension drops down slightly and then also becomes firmer. The sport drivetrain mode will allow faster shifts, downshifts, engine sound. This Jeep in front of me is entering the freeway at an extremely slow speed. Oh my gosh, how are you going to merge onto the freeway at the right speed now? Blind spot warning is a nice feature too. Let's go. Oh yeah, sorry, I know I went over speed. So when I'm on the freeway, I typically just leave it in comfort mode because this is a large luxury sedan. It is comfortable. It's on air suspension. It's got good, it's a good long distance cruiser. It was a very interesting thing for myself. If you aren't familiar, before I used to have a Audi R8 V10 manual, Spider, gated manual V10, and they had a 2014 Audi S4. It's a B8.5. So I had the little daily driver sedan that was still quick and fun to drive, and then I had the more aggressive, over-the-top sports car, supercar type of thing. The RS7 almost combines both of those into one. It has the performance, the speed, the power to match something like the R8 in the Audi lineup, but at the same time it has the comfort, the daily driver aspect, the practicality, all the technology and luxury that you would want. So one of the things that this car is optioned with is the driver assistance package. So I can set my adaptive cruise control, I can control the distance. I'm going to drop it down to one car length. There isn't much traffic going on right now. There's a green light on the dash showing it's got the distance going right now with the radar cruise control, and it also has lane keep assist, which is a little button at the end of this stalk here, and then it'll hold it quite well. Now it's not quite as advanced as some of the newer systems. For example, I was just driving the BMW X6 and M850i. That driver assistance package was a lot more advanced, same with the latest generation of these Audis and some of the other more advanced systems like the Mercedes Distronic system. This one, you sometimes will feel like a ping pong ball. It's not like tracking straight, it's bouncing in between the lines. But overall, it's a nice feature to have on the car. In terms of some other luxury features, like I mentioned, this has the heated steering wheel, which means heated rear seats too, heated front seats. You can get cooled in massage seats in addition on the RS7, but it requires the comfort seat option, which eliminates the really cool looking sports seats, which I absolutely wanted to have. So when I was looking for one of these, I was like, it needs to have the cool quilted seats. I'm giving up on the massage and the seat coolers. in exchange for that, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't win everything. But the comfort seats, I don't think look quite as good. They don't fit in the RS7. Come on, this is the aggressive, angry one. If you want the full luxury experience, go fully to the A8 in that regard. Visibility out of the RS7 is quite good. Again, this is a full-size sedan. It is based off of the A7 family, and the body is essentially the same. Because the A7 already is wider than the A6, which this is based off of, they didn't go crazy fender flares, anything like that. This vehicle also has the heads-up display, which right now, because I'm in lap timer mode, it shows the temperature, the speed I'm going at, and what drive mode I'm in, and obviously it's a drive right now. If I pull the shifter back, it changes to S, everything perks up a little bit, or I could go to full dynamic mode, and then everything gets a little more aggressive. I can turn off my adaptive cruise control and step on it. The way this thing builds speed, that wasn't fully flooring it either, is quite impressive. Now we just took a quick little shortcut to Mexico, and we're going to stay there for a little bit. I'm going to go back into comfort mode. Let's see. Also, one other thing I forgot to mention, when I'm in the lap timer mode too, we have a little boost gauge on the left side that has a graph that shows you how much boost your 4-liter twin-turbo V8 is giving you. The RS7 has a 4-liter hot V twin-turbo V8. It makes 560 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque in the non-performance model. If you go up to the performance RS7 or go all the way up to a S8 Plus, same motor, that thing makes 605 horsepower. The transmission is a 8-speed ZF automatic torque converter. The S6 and S7, you might wonder, that one has a dual clutch. Aren't dual clutches faster? Why does the RS7 have a torque converter? Well, apparently that one couldn't take the torque that the RS7 puts out. So they put the ubiquitous 8-speed ZF, which is found in many, many things. I mean, that transmission, anything from like a Range Rover to a BMW M5 to this thing, they all have that 8-speed ZF. There are two different suspensions you can option. I chose, as I mentioned, the air suspension on this car. It was one of the things I wanted. The other one is DRC, which stands for Dynamic Ride Control, which definitely handles better. It has sportier steel springs, and the dampers are hydraulically linked diagonally across the car, which means it can control body roll much better. It corners, it handles better, but the trade-off is it rides quite a bit more firm. And having driven both of them, I decided that I wanted a air suspension car, because again, this is my luxury performance daily driver. Oh my gosh, shush, radar detector. It is comfort first, daily driver first. Performance is just a nice benefit. I never expected to be a full replacement of my R8. I'm not gonna track this car at all. So air suspension is nice when I'm on the freeway cruising along. It definitely handles the roads a bit better. One other thing is the RS7 comes on 21-inch wheels as the upgrade wheel, and I actually downsized to 20 so I could get a little bit more sidewall. So my Brixton forged wheels are 20-inch wheels. I did go a little bit wider, so I could go slightly wider tires. I believe they're running 285s right now, I think, on here. So even in sport mode, I misspoke. I mean, even in comfort mode, this car doesn't necessarily have sport mode. Once you step on it, once you get above a certain rev range, I think it might be 3,500, 4,000 RPM, the valves will open and it's angry and it's loud and it's fast. It's not like comfort mode is necessarily neutering the power this thing makes. It's not like in some of the BMWs you get the eco mode and it just pretty much takes away all of your horsepower and throttle response and it never goes anywhere in the sake of fuel economy. Speaking of fuel economy, the RS7 doesn't do so great. I think my lifetime average was 18. If I'm driving hard, it gets as low as 14. On the freeway, it will do pretty good. In 8th gear, cruising along, you'll get in the upper 20s if you're being reasonable. Couple interior options too. We have the carbon fiber on this car. That is the actually mid-tier upgrade. Surprisingly, carbon fiber isn't the top tier. You can get the black wood with the aluminum inlays, kind of the stripy inlays. That is the most expensive interior option. I actually came close to buying a car with that interior. And then I think there is a one step below carbon, which I would not do that. It doesn't look as good. Absolutely need carbon fiber. Also, the Alcantara headliner package is nice. Everything up here is all this nice suede material, and I actually like Alcantara when you aren't touching it. When it's on the steering wheel, I'm not a huge fan because it absorbs oils, sweat, fluids, whatever is going on, and over time you have to care for it, and it doesn't hold up well on contact surfaces. On here, it looks great. It's got some nice stitching on it. Absolutely would recommend Alcantara headliner. I believe it might be a little more difficult to find because it was more expensive. For reference, this car, when brand new in 2016, had a sticker price of just under $130,000. For all intents and purposes, 130 grand car. So for a non-Audi exclusive, non-Audi RS7 performance, it is a pretty high sticker. I think one of the things that's missing is the night vision camera, and I think I have almost everything else on this vehicle. Let's do a quick launch and go. The RS7 is a great car. It's comfortable, it's extremely fast, it looks amazing, it sounds good, it's practical, and it's great to drive too. It's a great combination of all the things you would want in a luxury super sedan. Make sure you guys go check out some of the other videos I've filmed with my RS7 from when I first took delivery of it, some of the other ownership aspects of the car. It's a great option. I'm going to film a video for sure talking about what are the things you need to know before you buy an Audi RS7, things to look out for, important options. Definitely take a look at one of those if you think or want to buy an RS7. And then feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or wherever. Comment below, send me an email if you have any questions about the car. Always happy to answer. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.